first off, how
So
are ya?
Monet, I was supposed to be coming over to see you, but then, first of all, I'm experiencing, maybe because the masks are coming off, LA traffic is becoming a thing.
Is it? I went to the gym and stuff this morning with no problem just today.
Well, bitch, I went to go pick you up from the airport, and we were in traffic, and you know we were in traffic.
We were
and
in
then
traffic.
Today I went to go see Ezra, he was having brunch with a friend, so I went to go visit them, and then I came back to Jacob needed the garage clicker. We have you cannot get in or out of our building without the garage clicker. So
the car place, not the building. You can get into your building, not the car place. Like the garage.
Yeah, you cannot get into it's called a parking lot, the garage.
The car place.
The car place. It's called a garage. I couldn't get into the garage, so I had to bring Jacob the garage clickers to let the electricians in to fix our blah, 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 blah. And then I ran over here, and I was like, I'm not going to make it back across town to you, so I'm going to see you later on today.
I don't know, because honestly,
I'm so excited we get to see each other so frequently.
I may have trade, so I got to let you know.
Well, Peaches Christ is in town, and she wants to see you.
I don't know. That old bitch is not my friend. That's your drag mother. It's not my friend.
Why are you always being nasty to Peaches Christ? What's your fucking problem? What's your fucking problem?
Because she sided with you on the whole cheerleaders thing, and it really hurt my feelings.
Well, Monet, we are cheerleaders. Roll call, bitch.
Yeah, we're in the same city. We can hang out and be like actual friends instead of like Instagram friends. It can be like actual friends.
I want to talk. We should go ahead and dive right into this Tinseltown episode.
It's not Tinseltown.
Legendary. It is
Deadly Sins.
Oh, 7 Deadly Sins. You're right. 7 Deadly Sins. Dive into this. We already did Tinseltown. Let's dive into this 7 Deadly Sins episode of Legendary. If you are just joining us, Sibling Watchery is a show where we review reality TV shows. So far, we've only done 2. So typically we do competition based. And this season we are reviewing season 2 of Legendary.
Yes, we are. And Bob and I were both really big fans of season 1. Thought it was really well done. So we thought it will be natural for us to do it season 2 on our using our platform. And again, we love to uplift queer folk and the queer experience and things that we like to watch and see on TV. So why not do a review about it?
So let's just hop right into Deshaun, who's just so pretty.
I can't. Honestly, I wonder what his parents look like.
How old is he?
Because honestly,
he?
looking at Deshaun, just looking at him in pictures and on Instagram and like videos, Deshaun could literally be anywhere from between 25 and God knows how old. But I would go as young as if Deshaun told me I'm 25 years old, I'll be like, work. I believe that.
Deshaun is a little bit older than me. Deshaun is 36 years old.
Really? That is good genes.
Yes.
Deshaun, I think, is also one of the two. But you know when people be like, girl, like, what do you do? How do you, like, stay looking so young? I think Deshaun, mom probably got high-ass cheekbones. Deshaun probably comes from a long line of of people that don't age crazy.
Yeah, Deshaun probably does a little bit here and there, but I have a feeling this is mostly genetics. I would think about this a lot with my friend
Monet.
Yes, it's you. Whenever people always say, oh my God, how does Monet stay looking so young?
You're trying to be funny, but that is something I get all the time. People are like, Monet, how do you like
Monet, you are young.
I mean, but again, so when you saying someone's young or old is subjective. Sure, to Lady Bunny, I'm young, but to
No, it's not subjective. I think we can all agree Joe Biden's old. No one thinks Joe Biden is young. Joe Biden is younger than the Queen of England.
Right,
but that nigga's not young.
Betty White would be like, I remember Betty White might think Joe Biden is young.
No, she thinks Joe Biden is younger than she is. Joe Biden is old.
I'm going to take out my Invisalign because I'm trying to do a thing, but I sound crazy.
Oh my God. I saw a TikTok the other day of a guy who did not realize you can't take out your retainer. And I don't know if it was real or if there was fucking faking and shit, but this guy was like, you can take out your retainer. He goes, yeah, you can take. His boyfriend or his friend was like, you can take out your retainer. And he takes out the retainer and his teeth underneath were like white. And his retainer was like insane. He was like, are you telling me I could take this out the whole time.
Ew, that sounds disgusting.
But it had to be fake. It had to be fake,
I've
right?
probably been kissing people with that yuck mouth. Ew.
Anyway, but I was talking about Randy Harrison.
Oh yeah, Randy Harrison. He's one. Randy, we did that thing with him like last year or 2 years ago. Randy could be if Randy told me that he was 25 years old again, I would be like, that works.
I think Randy's like 42.
That's crazy.
Something like that.
That's crazy. And we asked him, and we're like, so what is the thing? He is like, I literally do nothing. He is like, I go to bed and I wash my face.
He does have to do nothing. He does skincare, but it's not. It's the same skincare everyone else does, but it's not making him look younger. It's just like he was like, it's mostly genetics. It is not. It's not. There's no fountain of youth. There's no secret. I just happen to stay looking young.
And I do like Deshaun's look. It is. He looks like he's like some type of god. Very that.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't even given it that much thought, to be honest. But now that you say that, I do see that. I do see that. Let's go into Law Roach.
Bitch,
I mean, to be fair, if we're being honest, Law Roach is essentially giving us the same thing in 8 different fabrics. I mean, it's always a suit with no shirt with long hair. Every once in a while, a finger wave. But that being said, the look is stunning. Like Law Roach always looks great.
Yeah, this green wig is everything. I love the money suit with the stone lapels. I think, and I literally, we just got a wig made for me that is literally like olive green like this. So I'm like, Law Roach is literally trying to be me. Go off, sis.
No, I do think that if you're gonna wear green hair, it should be dark green. I do not like when people try to pop into the world with some light green hair. Like, Mom, that's not the look.
That is not true. Shea Coulee literally did in the finale of All Stars. They're like neon green wigs. Plastique had one. Naomi. It's been a thing, and it looks good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't care who had them. I don't fucking like them. You just keep naming people who had them.
So you think that when Plastique had the neon green wig, that she looks ugly? That it was ugly.
Okay, wow, you were sprinkling in a lot of language. I don't like light green wigs.
So
you are throwing in the words. Is she ugly? Does her mother deserve to die? Is her dad a fat cunt? I didn't say any of that stuff. All I said was I don't like light green wigs. So you think queer people don't deserve rights?
I was just saying. I think that neon green wigs were definitely had a moment, and they looked great. I had a neon green wig.
Well, then marry one. Then yeah, you did. Yeah, that's why you defend it, because you're trying to stand up for yourself. I don't like neon green wigs. Fight me on that one.
Jamila
and obviously you've chosen to.
Is wearing your favorite wig.
Okay, is it a wig? I don't know what's going on. Also, I don't like the fact that her bangs part a little bit in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a choice, and it's not a choice I would make, but go off.
But again, she does look good in this hair, but like it is definitely signature at this point.
I know. I would like, girl. I think you might be right. I think she's a little Ariana Grande over here. She's like, I wear the same hairstyle all the time, and that's my life. Could you imagine if Ariana Grande came out tomorrow in a pixie cut wig? The internet would fucking implode.
But honestly, it's great branding, because when Billie Eilish did that photo in Vanity Fair wearing lingerie, people felt when she revealed that her green hair, that I again don't like, was a wig, everyone went crazy.
Wait, it was?
Well, I think at some point it became a wig, because she did a TikTok video where she like lifts the wig up and everyone's like, "Oh my god,
I didn't even know
it's a wig."
I didn't know that.
But if you do the same look for so long, it's like when Pixie wears black, everyone calls Vanity Fair. They're like, call the National Enquirer. Trixie Mattel.
I was like, Bob, you said 19 queens. I was like, who?
Dixie. You know Dixie.
Oh my god, remember that show that we did, Dixie Normus in Connecticut?
Girl. Anyway, Megan looks so good.
Her makeup is amazing. The bodysuit is not my
everything.
You're
insane.
I love the hair and makeup though.
You're doing crack. You're doing crack. Megan looks banana. She looks. This is the top 2 of the week. This is amazing. The hair, the bangs, the ponytail, her body. She's wearing no shapewear at all, by the way.
Oh yeah,
This is her
that's all
body.
Miss Megan. Also, but I can't. What is really cool to me is making the wig into with the horns. That's so cool, and they also
Love
put
that.
red. They put red makeup in the parts to make it really like thinking like this is like Megan has a team that they really take care of the details. Like clearly, it looks so cool.
Is her face red too? I can't tell. I'm
Yeah,
colorblind.
yeah. She painted her face red.
Yeah, I thought her face was red.
Yeah,
To me, that if y'all wonder where my colorblindness happens, this is one of the moments where because sometimes when you're colorblind, your brain tells you something is the color it's supposed to be, as opposed to what it is. So because I know Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have red skin, my brain is telling me that in this picture her skin is brown.
got it. Wow.
It's to me she looks brown, but that's because I'm using what I know from her and that people don't have red skin. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Also, Laomi's wig is so good.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's really cool. I wonder who's doing the hair on the show.
I do. My only wish though is that her whip would have been like a nicer whip, because that is clearly a
Is
prop
it?
whip.
Well, I
And
can't
want
tell.
the real. Yeah, I mean, it's only because I did a short time. I mean, I had a short history with whips when I was kidding with a whip, and I was cracking whips and stuff. And this is a really inexpensive whip.
At Miles Jeffrey's hair does the. I'm gonna hit him up. I'm like, Miles,
Was that everyone's hair, or is that just Laomi's hair?
Probably just Laomi. Oh,
That's just Laomi's hair.
well, I like this wig too.
But it
I'm
is
hit up
great.
Miles Jeffries. It's really cool.
I mean, Stungerlina. Okay, let's move on to Normani, who is our extra special guest. Okay, let me just say, I mean, I may be jumping the gun here, but Deshaun was like, if there's a tie, then you'll have to be the one to make the decision, Normani. And I was like, I don't think that the guest should be making the decision.
I agree.
I think it makes more sense that Deshaun makes the decision.
For sure.
Because the guest is inarguably the least qualified person on the panel to be judging the ball.
Unless it's someone like from ballroom, like unless it's like someone from like the community.
Yeah, but typically it's not. Typically it's Chance the
a
Rapper's
celebrity.
brother.
Wasn't that so random that Chance the Rapper's brother was a judge on Legendary? I was like, what?
And they kept being like, and just so you all know, he's Chance the Rapper's brother. Like when they started qualifying you by how other people know you, that's telling.
Like, yeah, no. And Normani's outfit is cute. It's fine. I love her hair. Her hair was really good. I love the hair.
Yeah, the hair, but I mean, maybe she got the memo late, but she's not giving a single deadly sin.
Well, she's green with envy.
Was she wearing green?
Yeah, she's wearing green.
They said pride when she came in.
Pride?
Pride?
I don't get pride. No.
No.
When she came in, Deshaun said pride.
Oh.
No.
It's
But that being said, having to come up with new outfits just to be on the show is a whole lot. I know how to do when you go on the show, they're like,
bitch,
when
you
go
got
on the
the
show, they're
booking
like,
for
we
this.
like you to come, but also you need. Yeah, okay, but typically speaking, I don't know how much the judges are getting paid, and like how much of that is the budgeting fee, like how much of that is wardrobe.
Bob, this girl is sample size. She can call the blondes and get the blondes fully stoned Aquaria catsuit that she wore green, be green with envy. She absolutely could have done that. No excuses. No. She's not a big drag queen monster bitch like you and me. You and me don't have the privilege of calling someone like, hey, can I loan that look? We don't have that. She does.
Well, y'all don't realize me and Monet be borrowing shit from each other.
Exactly. We can't be calling.
I'm like, damn, I need a cream colored outfit. You got something I can borrow? Did I ever get that back to you, by the way?
I don't think you did, but it's okay because I will get.
Because you kept telling me to keep it. I kept being like, I'll bring. You kept being like, keep it. No, keep it. You kept saying that.
Okay.
You know that's true because I said I will bring it over, and you were like, no, just hold on to it. Because your closet's because your little closet while you trying to squeeze one elbow in to wiggle shit to the side. I seen you up in there trying to get shit in your closet. But yeah, I did not get pride. But that being said, she does look great.
Yeah, she looks great. Yeah. Let's get this week they're all portraying the 7 deadly sins. Bob, do you know all them? Can you spill them out really quick? Don't be looking.
Let's see. I'm not looking. I went back to you. Actually, just went back because I was on my notes and I have them on my notes and I'm trying to do verbatim. There's pride, sloth, gluttony, envy, wrath, pride, sloth, gluttony, envy,
I'm eating
wrath.
all of this. I'm so hungry. I'm just eating all the things.
That's gluttony.
No.
That's gluttony.
Well, yeah, but it can be
Greed.
Yeah, greed.
Greed
Uh-huh.
and pettiness. No,
I don't know what the
and haters.
What's the seventh one? Oh my god.
I have them written down.
I have them written down too.
7 deadly sins are lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, envy,
We missed
wrath,
lust.
and pride.
Lust. Yeah.
Which one would you have chosen?
I would
because the winning house from last week. So last week, Teachy won, and they got to pick their own, and they chose wrath. Which one would you have chosen?
I would have probably chosen wrath or lust as well. To me, those are the easiest ones, and to me, gluttony and something else are the
Sloth?
hardest ones in my opinion. Yeah,
Sloth?
gluttony and sloth. Yeah, because like it's a spinning thing. I got to do sloth. I'm like, that is crazy.
I don't think that gluttony is hard. I could see sloth being hard, especially with the spinning element. Just so y'all know, so this week they had to do a floor performance with a emphasis on spins. Then they ended up doing this other category, which I actually want to talk to you about because it's a little problematic. I was like, we'll get there. But I mean, ballroom has a lot of problematic elements to it. Don't even get me started. I think it goes without saying that a lot of ballroom has some very problematic elements in regards to like people's physical beauty, words like realness, that kind of stuff. But that being said, I mean, I dare you to name an industry that doesn't have a little bit of problematicness in it. You know what I mean?
We'll get there. We'll talk about it.
You don't agree with me?
To an extent, yes.
So I would have chosen either wrath or I also let me look at the list again. The list of sins. I also really like pride.
I would have chosen greed or wrath.
For me.
Those are my two: greed or wrath. And we'll talk about. We'll talk about what.
But also, isn't gluttony kind of greed a little bit?
Yeah, but I think greed is more like greed of things, and gluttony is greed of food.
Yeah. So I wrote down. Teacher got to pick their own sin. They chose wrath. This for me, their spins. I gave them a 9. Let me just start with that. Their spins were everything.
I give them an 8.
It was very clear.
Yeah,
and it was very clear that they were wrath right away.
for sure.
And the way they left the stage was great. I love Mother Gia. Gia Teachy is everything to me. And I'm telling you right now, like this house has to win. They have to win.
Balenciaga would like to enter the chat. Can you please let them into the chat room?
We'll do. Well, they're up in the few. Okay, let's talk about.
I like Teachy. I love the drama of it all. I love how committed they are to it. I just think they're such a great house. You can tell that they really vibe together. Mother Gia seems. I think La Roche hit it, or one of the judges hit it hit the nail on the head last week. That Mother Gia like is not just like a mother who sits there and like lets the house work around her. She's like actively involved, actively participating, and actively like contributing like majorly to her house's success. And I really love that for them. And I hate that they came for their shoes. I was like, I mean, I get what Naomi saying. I was like, but bitch, what if you are not a bitch that can perform in 6-inch stiletto boots? Like,
wait, you said Naomi. You said Naomi said that. Who said?
Oh, Laomi. Just
to be
Simone.
honest, I don't think it was okay. She did mention having her in a heel, but I think it's because she's seen her in a heel before. And also, I do agree that a lot of times in costuming, you get down to the shoes and you be like, grab a shoe. Just grab a shoe. And even if the shoes weren't heeled, they could have gone with the look better. I mean, the look stopped in Lammy's defense. The look stopped at the ankle.
I would agree with that. They could have like got the shoes maybe the same color or like put fabric over it to make it seem more in the thing. I that is true. But she specifically said, "I need you in a heel, baby," to Simone.
She did. You're right. But I did love her up on that like tall perch.
Yeah, Gia, she was like, great.
I mean, this was a great fucking performance.
Yeah,
I would have given it a 9.
I give it an 8.
But also, I stand by what I said earlier. Megan is just throwing 10s at anyone who will take them. Megan just be like, I don't want to say that means. I'm gonna give y'all a 10. I don't know.
Legitimately though, I'm like, Megan, come on now, come on.
So let's talk about Orichi.
Okay, Orichi, the House of Orichi, they had to portray lust. And the definition of lust is an intense or unbridled sexual desire.
Oh, we didn't talk about what the definition of wrath was. Wrath is strong, vengeful anger or indignation.
What you call me?
I was getting that. Let's go on to indignation, please.
They were really
unbridled sexual desire.
They were really obsessed with this pole thing, and it was literally for like 2 seconds. I feel like they could have focused more on the pole, and like maybe all of them could have been like worshiping Medusa on the pole, but it was the snake on the pole. So maybe they could have all been. You know what it is? The Satan and the other and Alora and Gillette could have been. Not Gillette. Who's the young lady in the pink? We have Gillette, but it's not. Oh, Karma. Alora, Father Omari, and Karma could have been worshiping the snake on the pole, and then maybe Medusa could have come from that or something. I just feel like they could have played more with this pole since they talked about it so much, and they obviously wanted to be a focal point of the number. It was just so short lived.
Well, Karma was Medusa.
Oh,
I think, or
so
maybe
who's the lady in the pink?
No, Gillette's Medusa,
Yeah.
and Karma's just snake or cobra. But I also is Madonna lust? Madonna's wrath. Medusa. If anything, Medusa is wrath, not.
Well, do you know the story of Medusa,
lust.
Bob?
Yeah, Medusa, this bitch minding her fucking business. People keep harassing her.
No.
And then when you look at her, she turns you into stone. She's not. No, you're thinking about sirens. Medusa does not seduce people.
I'm gonna.
She's not seducer.
No,
She's just a bitch trying to mind her business in a cave, doing her own thing, and then the guy's like, "I'm gonna get this snake bitch."
No, it was but she used to turn guys like she used to turn her lovers into stone for like doing nefarious shit and like rude and nasty shit.
That's not true.
Jacob, buy your fucking business.
Monet better make up. From what I understand, Medusa was just minding her business in her fucking cave, and then the warriors be like, "I'm gonna go kill Medusa." Everyone kept trying to prove they were a big badass, like trying to kill Medusa, but Medusa would be like, "Bitch, catch these eyes, kablam!"
This here's the Wikipedia said.
Nigga.
Medusa was beheaded by the Greek hero Perseus, who thereafter, I don't know. There is, I guess, maybe you might be right, but I mean,
but why is she like? Why would Medusa be? That just doesn't make sense to have Medusa. Medusa is wrath. If anything, when you cross her anger will ruin you. Like, but she's not like. It just seemed like there's lots of Greek mythology they could play with in terms
it could have been
lust,
like Aphrodite and like Cupid, like that whole thing, like lust, yeah.
But not Medusa.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, to be honest, Tyra is the god of war, so that could have been a great wrath moment too.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, Bobby, you know how it is. Sometimes, like when you're doing like a drag number, you're like, I know I want to do this song, and you will bend everything to make that song work. You know what I mean? Like I think it's probably that she was like, I want to be Medusa. Like, all right, we're gonna make it work.
Then, bitch, we're gonna make Medusa work. I also feel like there were not enough spins. Okay, I wrote this down. When I think Laura Roach said, I feel like your 9 was like a GoFundMe.
I was like, Jamila, she literally said, I'm gonna give you a 9 because I believe in you. I'm like, what kind of arbitrary, this is what I'm talking about, the inconsistent, like, how are you gonna give someone a 9? We all acknowledge that they were not good. You're gonna give them a 9 because you like them? That I was so upset.
This is my impersonation of Jamila Jamil. All right, I'm going to give you a 9. I'm going to give you a 2, but I really want to see you next week. Or she goes, I'm going to give you a 9, but I did think your makeup was bad, your shoes were bad, you didn't do a good job, you were completely out of sync, you didn't do a single element, but I'm going to give you a 9 because I believe in you. It's like, Jamila, what's going on?
What's going on, sis? Like, no, I was, and I love that Law clapped back. He was like, I'm gonna need you to explain that 9 because I don't see it. And I was like, that's right, Law. Get her together. Gather her.
Part of me wonders if Jamila Jamil is ready to be in the shade of what it means to, like, I mean, if y'all don't know, like, look back to the clip of them being like, it buttons on the, like, you know that clip from Paris is Burning where they were talking about the button being on the wrong side?
Yeah.
Like, it gets
Wild.
But I also really love her in The Good Place. Anyway,
Well, I love Jamila Jamil, but just
yeah,
is just wild.
Those are my thoughts, and that GoFundMe line really got me together. That was probably Law's best read of the season, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Bob, okay, you are literally pulling a Leomi. That was the best joke of the season. Hands down, it's going to be the best joke of the entire season. Cut to next week. You're like, girl.
To be fair, we're already at episode 4. Like, how many episodes are in the season, do you think?
Probably, 10. There are 10 episodes.
10.
Work.
Jacob be swearing he be knowing stuff.
Right.
Holding his little white ass hands up.
Next was the
let's
House
go into our
of
next group.
Mugler.
Miyake Mugler. They chose, they were given Sloth. Now, they were saying that Sloth is like a shady one to give. Do you agree?
Well, let's see the definition that they would probably have to work on, like to conceptualize a number. And sloth, disinclination to action or labor.
Laziness.
Yeah, laziness. I do think this is a hard one. That being said, I thought that they turned it for having sloth. I really did, and I didn't understand what Law and Megan were talking about. I feel like Megan just hopped on Law's shade train. And she just gave them the score. I was like, you're crazy. I was like, for being sloth and how they brought those like slow turns into it and having the thing where Father Arturo I was like, girl, you're drunk. You're drunk.
Well, I did agree with one thing that I think Leomi said it or Megan said it, but I do agree that like Arturo's outfit did not fit and he was tugging it, but also that's not his fault.
Right.
Like,
that's the costumer that didn't fit the costumer properly.
Yeah, we need to bring these designers out and drag them.
Honestly,
for putting Father Arturo in an outfit that does not fit.
Yeah,
like it's not his fault that his outfit did not fit. You know, what
they're
I mean?
also reading Arturo for that makeup for it being like they were like you look like whatever, and I was like, well, I guess I was probably.
They didn't say whatever. They didn't say whatever. They said poop, which I was like, not referring to a black person as poop. Like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not on this day. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I thought that for what I love how conceptual it was, and I do think the outfits could have been better. I don't know why they went for this. Like they look like they're in like. Do you know that series Divergent the like Divergent series? Do you know those movies, Bob? Probably not. Yeah,
I don't.
Anyway, but it's like it's like what's the word? A dystopian future, and everyone lives in these factions, and each faction is down to a color, and they kind of wear shit like this. I was like, they could have done more, like, to me, like what they were saying, like billowy, like heavier looking clothes, as opposed to that what they're wearing. I think the outfits were a little crunch.
I didn't think they were crunch. I mean, I also have a cat suit kind of like this one. My patchwork cat suit with the hood. I don't think the outfits are crunch. I do think that Father Arturo's outfit should have fit better, but I don't think that's his fault. And I think that they did a decent job considering what they had. I think they could have done better. I gave them a 7.
I give them an 8. And I also love that even with their makeup, like they all look like tired and sleepy. Like they give themselves like bags and like they look like they were like, tired. And I saw what they were doing. And I think that the 6s from Law and Megan were literally bullshit and like, stop.
Yeah, I mean, I gave a 7, and the 6 is not far below a 7. If they would have gave a 3, that would have been bullshit.
But that's the thing. Here's the thing. They
like it a little less than you.
That 1 point difference is major though. Like how you feel when you got like a 70 on a test as opposed to a 60. That's major. You know what I mean?
Okay, a 70 and a 60 are 10 points apart. That's not 1 point apart, just so we're clear.
I mean, but in the grand scheme, but in terms of ratios, the scale of 1 to 10 and 10 to 100 is the same ratio. So,
okay, that's a fair assessment. I will give you that. But that also, but you should have said that instead of being like, but girl, if you get 700 points as opposed to 600. Girl, if you got 7,000 points instead of 6,000 points, girl, you're scaling out. You're zooming out too far, in my opinion.
Also,
but what do I know?
I love that, and a lot of the judges do this. I'm not saying to shade any of the other guest judges, but obviously Normani's thing is dance, and I love how she's critiquing the dance very critically. She's like really looking at it as opposed to being like, I really like y'all. Y'all get a 10. You know what I mean? She's like the spins weren't together. She is like calling out like different types of dance things. I'm like, all right, Normani, being invested.
I don't know that she's done besides synchronicity and spinning. It's not like she's like your plie and your releve were not as good as your grand jeté and your pas de bourrée. I would come back on the. I think she used like 3 terms, and you act like she was out there with like Debbie Allen, like Debbie Harry with a fucking stick.
This bitch took one...
Or Debbie Allen, not Debbie Harry.
Yeah.
I meant Debbie Allen.
Yeah. This bitch took one fucking dance class in college, in theater school, and she swears she's a fucking a bonjour bitch. Bonjour.
Okay, just to be clear, I've never taken a dance class, but I know what a pas de deux is, okay?
What is it? Do it right now. Pas de deux up and down this fucking screen.
Okay, first of all, a pas de deux is not a dance move. It's when 2 people dance together.
Uh-oh.
It's like a duet.
Well, let's go on to your favorite little crunchy house, girl. Let's go on to your little friends over down at the school dance.
Wait, why are you saying this is my favorite house?
You be every week. You be like, I love Icon. They turned it.
I mean, I don't dislike Icon. I think that you might be reading a lot into my love for Icon. I'm still mad that Becky went home.
I know. Justice for Becky.
I can get over it. Anyway, I will say this. Jamil Icon really, for some reason, stood out to me this week in a way that I have never recognized.
Like how? Like
I will say that.
Like
I don't know. I just remember thinking to myself, this guy's like kind of hot. I feel like, I mean, not to be shady, but when it was done, I just wrote no.
I don't have many notes either. Well, let's talk about they're portraying envy, and envy is a painful or resentful awareness of an advantage enjoyed by another, joined with the desire to possess the same advantage. That is a hard definition.
You and I have. I mean, everyone is jealousy.
Yeah.
I mean, to sum it down, it is jealousy, and that is, first of all, jealousy is one that can fuck you up in real life. Let me just make everyone know that.
For sure.
This is, of all the deadly sins, this motherfucker right here, she is the nastiest. She is the deadliest. She is the worst of them all. So let me just throw that in the air in general.
Speak for yourself,
anyway,
girl.
that being
Gluttony
said,
has been fucking me up for 31 years of my life.
Father Jamil is just he's really beautiful in general. Something about him was really appealing this week. It was either Ziggy or Sakori who were doing the crunchiest cartwheels I've ever seen in my life. Do you remember these cartwheels?
Yes.
It was like 3 of them, and I was like, not the Monique Hart School of Cartwheels.
I know. And also just all the costuming just felt like they got it from a Halloween prop. I'm like, so the same people who made the House of Tishi's costumes and made My Fair Lady last week, they thought that this was okay? Like, they look crazy.
Wait, what? I mean, there's probably multiple teams. I don't think it's one team making I think there's probably multiple teams, but I'm also wondering too, do they rotate the designers? Because I noticed that like Jamari was working with some people last week, working with different people this week. Like, do you have the same team the entire time?
That's why I'm excited that we're going to have Gravity Balmain on Watchery, and we can ask him about these things. Because some of this stuff really intrigues me. Like this is, to me, this like Drag Race. So like when like in the same show with the same amount of time and access to almost the same materials, Lala Ree and Utica had just light year. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't balanced. So I'm just wondering, like, what was their recourse that their costumes look so subpar compared to Tishi in the same episode?
Like, I don't understand what's going on with Flex's outfit.
Right, that was one of the main ones. I was like, I think she's supposed to be.
Is he supposed to be goth?
Probably the goth girl who went
like
to
the goth kid at school.
I don't know.
It's. I mean, to me, the only one who looks good is Kylie, but I also don't like her hair.
Yeah, and Father Jamil looks good too.
No, but that's also because he's just a good-looking guy in a suit. I mean, let's keep it real.
Also,
he's a good-looking guy in a suit. So
him and Normani are wearing the same fabric. So I think bitch, they made Normani's costume with the same bolt of fabric from Father Jamil's jacket.
Wait, is this tea?
I think so. Yes, it's a flower, a rose thing. I think it's what she. Or maybe it's not. It looks very similar though.
Bitch, I'm leaning all the way into the screen, breaking my neck trying to see this shit. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, what is Megan on?
The 9, right?
A 9. A 9. Meg.
I think Megan looked at Father Jamil and she was like, "Oh yeah, baby, a 9." Oh,
Megan gave Orichi a 7.
girl.
Megan thinks that Sloth and Icon, like Icon and Mugler, were on the same level.
This, I know a lot of shows have this show has the most inconsistent judging I've ever seen on a reality show, like on a competition show.
Like, this is the same. She gave them the same score she gave Garcon. Like, I don't know what. Megan kept being like, I liked it. Fuck y'all, I liked it. And I was like, Mama, make it make sense.
Yeah. I gave them a 6.
What did I give them? I gave them a 6 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so you gave them a 62?
Let's move on to. I gave them a 6 as well.
Oh, okay, got it.
6,000. Let's go on to the House of Milan. From the House of Milan, bitch, she's the one.
Okay, the House of Milan, when they were in the little thing before the.
I'm trying to find Jacob put these in any order he wanted. Now I'm trying to find the House of
No,
There, I found
mine is in the right order.
Oh, mine is just like anyway.
When they
Milan,
were describing what they were doing in like the little meeting before the performance, I was like, this concept sounds like too much. Like when she was describing.
So let's read it. So they were greed. Greed is an intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, or food.
Oh, food, yeah, it can be greed. Do you know what not my first experience, but like one of the first like conceptual things I saw about the 7 Deadly Sins was Top Model. Did you watch Top Model? It was like season 4 or 5 when they had to do
I remember
in the graveyard. Yeah.
Yep. I would say 7 Deadly Sins is a very popular trope in reality TV shows. When they get down to 7, they be like, "You're all doing the sins." Like it is very popular.
They never did it on Drag Race
reality
though.
Competition shows. You're right. Maybe they should have.
Okay. Maybe it should be Bob, Monet, Naomi, Kim, Plastique, Trixie Katya. Should we do the 7 Deadly Sins?
I thought you just named a bunch of people calling them Trixie and Katya.
Can the 7 of
These two white bitches.
can the 7 of us do a little 7 Deadly Sin challenge? We all do a shoot.
I would love that. As long as I'm sure Trixie, as long as she can wear pink, she'll be down.
Yo, can she please? You know what? We're giving that fucking white bitch wrath. Bitch, be wrath. And she does pink and round anyway.
No, Monet, you and I can do the shoots. We can do all 7 of them ourselves. We can both be wrath, both be envy, both be blah blah blah.
I mean, I'm down. Should we? Oh my gosh, should we do that for Pride?
Why?
I don't know.
And bitch, Pride is around.
I know we
Pride
have no time.
Tomorrow.
We have no time.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Bitch, Pride is to fucking tomorrow, girl. We'll do it for Halloween.
Yeah. So the House of Milan, they didn't give me. I think, and so I thought the story sounded too much, and it was. It didn't play out as well as she described it. And this thing where she was like taking the jewels. So the story was she was taking this stuff from these people. Then at the end, they took it back from her.
I guess I wrote down that it was somewhat clear because there was some discussion about whether or not it was clear. I thought it was somewhat clear. I did not agree with the note that that Mother Jocelyn looked so different than the rest of them. I think she was supposed to look different from the rest of them. So that did not bother me the way it seemed to bother the other judges. It seemed to just really upset some judges that she was not. I was like, it didn't bother me that much. I also didn't think there were enough spins. We keep forgetting spins.
Yeah, but that's true.
I did like that little assisted cartwheel they did.
That was cool.
When they just held their arms out.
That was cool.
And they that was a take on spins. I think.
I didn't realize that King Oz is a cisgender straight man. That's really cool. I didn't realize that there was like a straight person involved in this, which I think is dope.
It's kind of dope. There's nothing wrong with straight people, but there's a part of me that was kind of like, what he doing here? Who let him up in here? Why he over here?
my god,
Why the straight man up in
he's
here?
so silly. I was like, oh, all right, straight man.
I mean, yeah, I'm so glad that King Oz is there, but at one point I was like, what are you? Who invited your ass to the function? Is that wrong? It's probably wrong. I hope we're gonna get canceled again. I also love when Naomi said, "You did all the chit chat. Now it's time for the icon to speak."
Yeah. I also thought that they could have done a better thing if they were like bank robbers. Like that could have been a really cool thing if Mother Jocelyn played like a bank teller.
That is,
and the worst for them were like bank
that's
robbers.
a really good idea.
With
that's a great
the
idea.
classic black and white like mask bank robber thing. That could have been really cool.
You should have been. They could have done Dead Presidents.
Oh my God, Dead Presidents. That would have been great. Or like Fun with Dick and Jane.
I don't know that one.
My God.
They are banking that one?
Yeah, so Jim Carrey is one of his it's in my opinion, one of his funniest roles. I loved it.
I mean, it's no liar, but
Liar
sure.
is so good.
You know what's so weird? It's so weird watching watching Deshaun send people to the back after they've gotten negative critiques. Deshaun be like, well, it was rough on you all, but you can now leave the stage. Well, you really got read the house down. No Sade, but now you may leave the stage.
I love Deshaun. I would propose to Deshaun tomorrow.
I would like this must be an awkward job to have to send people back when they just got read.
I know. Down.
Okay, Garcon had turned.
They did. They were assigned pride. Pride is an excess of self-respect and self-esteem to the point of arrogance and hubris. Bob, has anyone ever maybe hinted that you may be a little prideful?
I've been called called Hubric in my day. And you know what? I wear it with pride, with hubris. First of all, I don't know if Tonka's train was supposed to come off, but as soon as I saw it, my first thought was I love Tonka's look, and my second thought was this train is going to be a problem, and then he ended up stepping on it.
He did. Well, okay, so they gave him critiques of like Tonka, don't think don't.
It was weird. It was like, don't put yourself in the box to have to be body all the time. Like, you're more than that. You're also a great personality. And
I was like, I
blah,
think
blah,
Tonka
I think
is doing the things that he wants to do. I was like, I don't, but he started crying. But again, when you're on like a competition reality show, like your emotions are a mess. And I don't know, maybe he was crying because they did so well. I don't know. But I was like, I think Tonka and his team, like they're doing what Tonka does. Like, I don't see them like using Tonka as a prop, but Tonka is doing all the dancing and all the things. Like I didn't see but again, they know him better than we do, obviously.
It also felt like random, like calling Tonka out and like putting him. It was like, it just felt like, why y'all singling out Tonka in this regard?
And he's turning
right now in this moment. Tonka did say during the like check-in that he was like, it is hard. They're all dancing and I can't move that fast. So maybe it was like referring to that, but I think that Tonka did a really good job.
For
Tonka did have a mix up. It kind of reminded me of when Honey tripped up Shannon last week, or the first week that they showed out.
Oh yeah.
You remember when Honey caught her heel in Shannon's cape and they fell down?
I did love their looks.
Again, just like that, they picked it up. They kept it moving. I do think that when they were throwing Sasha on the ground, they should have pulled off more than just her train. They should have pulled off her train, her wig, her glove, a part of her outfit.
Well, she did lose her glove.
Really...
They did take her glove off.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think what would have been really cool is if they made in the dress like pieces that were like maybe velcroed on, and they could like rip parts of the dress off. That could have been really cool.
And throw them,
yeah. But I did love the color palette. I love this. I love the story. I loved Sasha's voiceovers. Stasha's voiceovers on it. I think they all looked great. I love that. I loved this performance. I thought they did a great job. I really enjoyed Garcon this week.
Yeah, it was really good.
I had given them a 9.
More than notes. I gave them a 9 as well. Oh my God, you're my new Megan.
McCain.
We score the same now. Oh.
The international signal for oof. I done said too much.
Let's go into Balenciaga, who had Gluttony.
Love.
You thought that Gluttony would be a tough one?
I thought it was because when I think of Gluttony, I just think you have to play like big and you have to like maybe wear like a fat suit or something, which may make things a little difficult to do spins and stuff in. But they turned it. They fucking turned it. I love them.
I think the Hansel and Gretel concept for Gluttony was really brilliant. I love they didn't go into any sort of like weird, like fat shaming type things with the Gluttony. I'm very glad they stayed away from that. I did not even see Shannon kick that shoe. I had to.
Okay, what happened? I don't get what happened with the shoe. I don't understand what happened.
One of their because they were wearing these morph suits or like some sort of leggings that were kind of slick. So one of their shoes slid off, and then apparently the shoe was just kind of in the middle of the dance floor. And then Shannon came out and apparently knocked it out of the way. I didn't even see her do it.
I didn't see it happen at all. I saw when I think it was Jupiter took the shoe off. But I thought that he was like taking off part of the number. I was like, why would taking off the shoe be part of the number? But I guess maybe it felt now this is all making sense. I didn't understand the shoe thing. But that being said, I thought they did a great job. I know you're a Tishy ride or die. Balenciaga is turning my pussy out every week. They're always so on point. The choreography always looks so good. They always nail the assignment. Bitch, they were doing spins in such unconventional ways. Like when they took Honey and spun Honey around, and when they were on the floor spinning on their knees. Like whatever the assignment is, they're like, we're gonna do it and do it fierce and just do it not like how everyone else does it, but really pump it up and do it.
I gotta agree with you. This was a very good week for Balenciaga. I gave them a 10.
Same.
It was a perfect take on the number. It was just only thing I don't like is this thing in Shannon's hair. I hate that thing. I do not like that. That is driving me.
What?
It's driving me.
Oh
crazy.
My God, you're being ridiculous. For a little lollipop in her head.
It's a light up toy. And the fact that the toy lights up is, I don't like it. It's just, I wish that maybe they had smaller ones that were more like a crown. If she had like a lollipop crown or something, that would be great. But something about this light up toy in her head is really sending me. And I also wish that they would have no. Everything else was brilliant.
Also, I just love that anytime Shannon talks, and obviously because we know about her relationship with Diego from episode 1, how Diego lost his mom and Shannon stepped into that role for him and was a mother figure to him. She just seems like she is such like a kind, like genuinely like nice spirit, and I just love that. I like every time she's like talking, she just seems so demure and she's just so calm, and I really like Mother Shannon a lot. I really do.
Yeah, I think Mother Shannon's had a life. Mm-hmm. She has lived a life. She's very self-aware, and she thinks about other people a lot.
Is she the one who went to jail?
Clear. I think she is the one who mopped $17.5 million. So she learned a $17 million lesson, and
for
it's
sure.
paid off very well.
Honestly, I really like. I have so much respect for her. I really enjoy her like existence in this show. Her being.
She's like I learned a lesson. All it cost me $17 million in about 5 years. But she's come out, shining like a goddamn nickel. All right, let's talk about All American Runway into Catwalk. Okay.
Why is this problematic for you?
This notion of being like at one point someone said you have to present heterosexual male.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Obviously, I see your point.
What does that mean? King Oz would like to have a chat with you. King Oz would like to have a chat with you. Like, what is like? There are elements to ballroom that are inherently very problematic, like realness and face, and like looking at people and judging them based on how they look.
But that's everything. Okay, well that's the one thing I don't agree with you on, because that's fashion, that's pictures, that's editorial. That's what a lot of.
And I never said that there were not elements to fashion that were not extremely problematic. I said that there's a lot, but also that is the thing about ballroom is. It is also completely consensual. You are signing up to have people look directly at your face, rub your skin, and tell you if you look like a, quote, real woman or not. Now, if all parties are consenting, there's nothing wrong with that. I do think there are elements to ballroom that sometimes step outside of the ballroom floor where people start judging other people because they did not pass realness or because they don't have the smooth skin or because they don't have the body. So it seems to set a precedent and a standard for what trans women's bodies look like, or cisgendered men who participate in ballroom, what their bodies and faces should be looking like. So it is inherently a little problematic, but it's consensual.
I do see that, and but I think that a lot of ballroom comes from what their experiences are, right? So like for example, when I had the fathers of the house of, I forgot what house it was, but they came on a stranger with Todrick Hall, and they were saying like a lot of these categories that you see at ballroom, they happen in the moment. So for example, how like it was like military, it's like something like military realness or military walk. He was a soldier. He was in the army, and when he would come home, his roommate used to do ball, so his roommate would have his keys for the house at the fucking ball. So you would have to get off the plane or the bus, whatever, at fucking Port Authority, take the A train all the way up to 145th to go to the ball. And like he would have to literally walk across the stage to get the keys from his roommate who was a judge. And that's how the category of military whatever became a thing. So I think a lot of these things, so when they do face touching, so I think that a lot of these other things may have developed like these categories are saying from like people's experiences in ballroom. And again, that doesn't make it right or wrong, but I think that speaks to what these people involved in ballroom, what they experienced back then in the late 80s, early 90s.
Well, I agree, but I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's a little bit problematic.
Yeah.
And I think that there's something about it that's a little problem. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Yeah.
But something about this particular category about like what a man is supposed to look like and how a man's supposed to walk, I was like, child, trigger.
Well, also, and some of these shoes, and I guess some of them don't wear shoes, but I want to commend Diego. I want to commend Father Omari. I want to commend Dro Tishi, and I want to commend Egypt for wearing like fair shoes. Father Jamil, Jupiter, King Oz, not wearing them pleaser chunky heels. No, ma'am.
So there were a few people like when Tichi walked out, I was like, chop it, and chop it now, chop it hard, chop it into a million pieces, slice it up, and get rid of it. Like Dro, sure you had a nice shoe, I guess, but like that walk was. No.
Agreed.
It was just no. It was no. It was no as soon as he stepped on the flow. It was a no.
Father Omari turned it.
But the idea, so the concept was they have to walk like men, which I don't like saying that. It's so problematic.
Yeah.
They have to walk like men.
Yeah.
Like masculine walk in
heels.
Or let me rephrase it. They have to do a masculine walk up in heels.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you survive that round, you have to turn around and do a catwalk, which Monet thinks is just runway. I'm just kidding. You have to do a catwalk.
I can't believe they chopped Diego.
Once it became catwalk, I was immediately interested. I was like, now I'm into this.
I hear they chopped Diego.
Do you think Diego's walk was?
It was good. It was good. I think Diego was doing what the category was asking him to do.
Oh, well, apparently, I think he got chopped by 3 people.
Haters. So. No, it was one person. It was one person. It was just Law Roach that chopped him.
Oh, oh, yeah, because it was weird because he got all the way to the end, all the way back to the thing, and Law Roach was like, So, by the way, this is typically how a lot of ballroom is.
This is true.
The 1 through 10 is not typically ballroom. It is chops or 10s.
Yeah.
There is nothing in between. Either you get chopped or you get passed. Done. So just so you all know, the scoring method of 1 through 10 is actually
only for this show.
Yeah, for ballroom.
Yeah. And to quote the great Monet Exchange, give me my 10s for my sponges. 10s across the board. You bring it every ball. My God. Just so we're clear.
I said I wrote down Law Chop Diego just for fun.
Honestly. That's what it felt like. Cause I thought his walk was great. The look was great. He was one of the few people who changed his outfit and like came in a whole new thing in like actually stiletto thigh high boots. He like did a whole costume change thing. And Law Roach just chopped him because he's
the only one. Balenciaga did a costume change as well. So did Egypt. So did
Egypt is
Dro.
that's what Egypt wore for his thing. What are you talking about, Egypt? That's what Egypt wore.
Was it?
Yes. And Father Jamil is wearing exactly what he wore. Father Omari just took off his thing. Dro did a little costume change.
All right. Oh, excuse me.
Y'all gonna put some respect on Diego's name.
I will say this: Law Roach is sick with power, but also Law Roach is clearly having a good time. Like Law Roach is having fun on this fucking show.
I agree.
Like Law Roach is living, but still sick with power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wrote down here. I don't think that the guest judge should be the tiebreaker. That's weird to me. It should be Deshaun, in my opinion.
I think so too, for sure.
And also in this redemption battle,
it was the best one of the season.
Who did
do you agree with that?
It was great. It was very good. I would have given it to Icon though.
I would have given it to Marlene. Bob, Marlene to me was turning it. Marlene looked like one of them clips I've been seeing on TikTok from iconic Vogue battles on YouTube, on Instagram. I thought Marlene turned it for me.
But also, I'm realizing too that I might just be biased to the person closest to the camera. We need a camera on the other side. Like every time I pick the person closest to the camera, like we need a camera on the other side. I can't see what the other bitch is doing half the time. Do you remember that battle last year between Shorty and what's her name? The one who does she wear the red hair? Michaela. That
I need to look at that again. I don't remember it.
Shorty versus Michaela was crazy. Michaela legit created some of the most amazing moments from season 1.
For sure.
That moment where she got her cape snatched.
Yes.
Bitch, I wake up in a cold sweat thinking about that moment. when Shorty ran, and I think they like grabbed Shorty and they threw Shorty through the air, and I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, last year's battles were wild. Michaela was the MVP of battles. Michaela was great. Michaela was she's such a good, because Michaela act like if she does not win this, they're gonna put her in the guillotine and chop her fucking head off. She was like, I need to win.
Bitch, we need to go back and fucking watch season 1 because that shit
was so good.
Fuck this, we go back to season 1. Yeah, I remember when she was like, "Get my heels."
Yes,
because she was wearing the flats, and she was like, and they bought her. When I say heels, y'all, platform, like a 3-inch platform on a 7-inch heel. Like she was going crazy. So much love to, we need to get Michaela on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I'll reach out to her. So the scores tonight, Balenciaga.
Bitch, I can reach out. You're not the only one who can reach out to people. I act like you're the queen of reaching out.
Okay, Bob, please go ahead.
Yeah, you're the queen of the inbox.
The House of Balenciaga and Garcon had 49 points this episode. Tishi had 43. Miyake Mugler had 38. Orichi had 36. And Icon and Milan, they were tied at 32. Gag.
And the top trophy. Who did the trophy go to again? Yeah, it went to Balenciaga.
Yeah, Balenciaga, my girl, my house, baby. But also, can we talk about the scores overall? When did the House of so overall out of all the episodes, the House of Garcon has 135 points. How are they doing better than Tishi and Balenciaga? I'm so confused. Jacob, is that accurate?
Well, there was a score last week that folks are dragging us because it was 10, 10, 10, 7. And then Jacob's score said 38. Someone online was like, someone online said 38.
We're going to make sure, but I just don't understand. I don't see how the House of Garcon can have the 135.
But this is one of those moments where sometimes someone's just been doing like decently well. And like Kelly Clarkson pulled this shit. Kelly Clarkson was like kind of like just coasting. And then the very last 3 episodes, she was like, oh, now I'm about to show the fuck out on you all.
Are you? That is literally not true. Kelly Clarkson.
You were too young.
I watched that season, bitch. Justin Guarini.
Me too. But I was in high school. Okay. Yeah. Bitch, you were sneaking watching at your bedtime. I was awake.
Do you watch it, Kelly Clarkson? Bitch, can we talk about how? Oh well, this is again. We're like because we haven't done a rivalry stuff because we're trying to play catch up with this. I have so much I want to say, but we need to talk about how the universe has canceled Ellen DeGeneres. I was like, if we got Mother-tucking police reform. As fast as we destroyed Ellen DeGeneres' career, life would be great.
If y'all held politicians to the same standard you held Ellen DeGeneres, bitch, we would get anything done. The way that these girls, gays, and theys have turned on Ellen DeGeneres is making me sick to my
crazy.
stomach.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But we'll do a.
I'm not into it.
I agree.
I do not.
I agree. And when I say that, people are like, but how? I was like, girl. Well, we'll do a whole rivalry about it because I am. And you know what? I'm gonna send Ellen a DM and we'll get her on the podcast to talk about it because I would love to have. Her.
And I don't want to hear no shit about how Ellen was mean to one intern on a Thursday back in 1999. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't. You can. We are not going to be able to. Girl, we can't go into it. We'll talk about the Ellen thing later.
Yeah, work. Well, I enjoyed chatting with you about Legendary Bob.
This was lovely. I'll be seeing you. Get your trade quick because me and Peach is coming over.
He hasn't texted me yet, but he hasn't texted me yet, and we said 3:00, so I'm chucking it to it's not happening. So whatever.
Not you literally sitting there by the phone waiting for a nigga to call you. Yo,
it's where my fucking notes are, bitch. It's my notes. So
you are sitting by the phone hoping he told you he's gonna call you by 3, and you just sitting there looking at your phone waiting for him. Bitch, you tell him when to come by and drop off some dick.
Okay. Oh, see, Jacob had us fucked up. So the House of T, she has 137 points. So House of Garcon has 135, which is 3 more than Balenciaga, who has 132. Gag. That's the top 3 houses. Where's Miyake?
I'm just saying Teachi's in the top place. I'm just saying Teachi's in top.
Balenciaga is about to enter the chat real soon, baby.
Jacob
is... This graphic is moving.
I'm figuring out this live. I messed it up. I'm sorry. Give me a moment. You're commenting as I'm editing it live. I'm figuring it out. Let me live.
These numbers are just flying all over. We're trying to read it, but things just disappeared and reappeared in the live doc.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll next episode, we'll have the full numbers for you guys done and ready to go.
And we're very grateful for the work Jacob's doing.
We are. Jacob does a lot of work. What y'all don't see is he puts all the house's name, all the people's names, the pronouns, green for if they passed, red if they failed, yellow if they were maybe. It's like a lot of things going on in the graphics, so we're all good.
So we're very grateful to Jacob.
Nigga, you grateful.
That being said, them numbers kind of crazy. All right. I love you both very much, and I'll see both of you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.